Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Cleo. I'm a psychic, a medium, and a seer. My channel is called Cleo the Seer, and I want to welcome you all today. I'm going to do a real short video on some political things that are coming up, and I need to remind everybody that this is for entertainment purposes only, and to please like and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it very much. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is something called the Seneca Project, which is a bipartisan super PAC led by women dedicated to mobilizing moderate women in key swing states in support of Joe Biden's reelection. Now, this group is fairly new, as far as I can tell, and they're both Republican and Democratic women and some men, but it's mainly for women because they are they know what's happened with Roe versus Wade, and that Roe versus Wade ended the women's constitutional rights to abortion, and they are not for this. They are also aware of Project 2025, which I talked about in my last video, where the Republicans want to do a lot of things that will not be good for the country, and that what Joe Biden wants to do that is good for the country. So I think you should go take a look at their website. It doesn't have a whole lot on it, but it gives you a couple of videos and stuff. Plus, there's some things on YouTube about it. The Seneca Project. So, what did I finish my sentence there? That I want. I will put it below. I'll put the website information down below. Okay, so now we got something coming up here on Thursday, which is the first presidential debate for 2024 with Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And as you've probably already heard, I mean, they are they're trying to childproof the the debate by making it so that there's no audience, and the speakers can't use notes, and they're limited, I think, to 2 minutes each. And they're going to turn the mic off, because if you recall the debate that we saw before, back in when Biden and Trump had their, that Trump just talked over the whole thing. So that's not going to happen this time. So they say. Here's what my guides are telling me, that Trump will be in the background. He doesn't care whether his mic's on or not. And he will be making smart aleck remarks, and, shaking his head and, rolling his eyes. I don't know if the camera will be on him or not, but he will do everything he can to disrupt it. And he will do everything he can to try to get Biden to come back at him, put him down, bring him down to Trump's level. What I see for this debate is that I feel like Biden's going to do very, very well on it. And I think that he will try to talk about the issues. And he may also try to talk about some of the issues of Donald Trump, which is 34 felony convictions. But for the most part, I think I feel like Biden will be the winner of this debate. But he's had 2 debates with Trump in the past. He won both of those, but everybody tried to, I don't know if they, just accepted that he did win it or what, but then he went on to win the election. On this one, the way things have been going with the media and stuff, I see that I see that Biden wins it, but I don't know if he gets the recognition that he should get for a job well done. Because we already know that everything he's been doing for the last almost 4 years has been in our best interest. Hopefully he'll try to talk about inflation and the economy and try to straighten that out for people, because they're still up in arms about that and they're still blaming him for it. And I know that's not the case, and I've talked about it before. But then, soon after this debate, and I guess they're going to have another one. We'll see if that actually happens. And I know there's been some speculation that Trump may walk out or not show up or whatever. I don't think Trump's going to walk out. He's going to take full advantage of this free advertising. And he will also, I think he's probably going to try to stay on course the best he can, unless something happens that triggers him, that something Biden says that will trigger him or throw him off, and then he would go into the stuff he's been, these general things that make no sense and are complete lies, talking like, well, here's what I think. If they bring up the stuff about Trump not doing, Trump being a criminal, and those convictions, those felonies, I think what he's going to do is he'll turn around and he'll point at Biden and say, "You're the criminal. The way you've ran the country is a disgrace and it's criminal. And the way you've dealt with the border, that's criminal." That's what he'll do. That's what I think he'll do, is that Biden or that Trump will just go ahead and point the finger in the other direction. So I'm pretty sure President Biden will be ready for this, and it should be very, very interesting. But I got a feeling that Trump's going to kind of tone it down, because it's ridiculous. This isn't a rally. At a rally, he can say anything he wants, and he has, and he will continue to lie. When it comes to a debate, he's got to have his facts straight, and much less lying. However, I don't think that's possible with him. I don't think it's possible with the Republicans in general. So anyway, that's what I'm seeing for the debate. Like I said, I know I've seen that, people think he might walk off and stuff. I don't see that happening. He just loves the limelight too much, and this is something that he doesn't have to pay for. So yeah, and plus he gets the final word. And I bet that final word will just be crushing and ridiculous to where he just sums up everything and just really goes after Joe Biden. But we'll see. We'll see what happens next Thursday. And then some other things are coming up pretty soon too. And that's the sentencing for Donald Trump's 34 felony convictions, which comes up on, I believe it's July 11th. And, there's been so much speculation about what is the judge going to do, and will he really put him in jail? And boy, I see this judge right now. He's really pondering what to do. He's weighing all sides of this. He's in between a rock and a hard place, because of course he does not want to do that. And he's told him already, I don't want to put you in jail. I don't want this kind of, we just want to get through this. And, so yeah, I don't really see him putting him in jail, but I see him making some restrictions. And on the other hand, if this was anybody else, they would definitely go to jail. There's just too many. 34 felonies is just too many. You can't just act like that doesn't exist. It's not like it's one or two, it's 34. So the judge is put in a real difficult position of how to sentence him. I don't think it'll just be a fine, but I think there'll be more to it. And but it will be, like I said, it's so difficult because the guy is running for president. So, and in the meantime, the judge has been getting death threats and everything. Plus, he's looking at the whole picture of Trump has shown absolutely no remorse. Trump was falling asleep in the courtroom and paying no attention and just acting like that this is ridiculous and he didn't do anything. And now you've got all these other Republicans coming after the judge and the Justice Department, which the Justice Department didn't have anything to do with this particular case, but they're still acting like there's been a great injustice and this is so wrong and should never have happened. And I mean, but not once have I heard anybody on Trump's side say, what happened? Why is it wrong? What is your evidence that it's wrong? And if it's wrong, why didn't your attorneys bring something up about it? Again, it's because there's nothing wrong. Trump did the crime and it's in black and white and it's going to stick. And I don't think any appeal is going to change anything. But as far as the actual sentencing and what he'll do, I see it going a number of ways. I just see that the judge is in a precarious position, but he may, because of these felony charges, I mean, he is losing certain rights, like having a gun and being able to go to certain foreign countries who do not allow felons in their country. And that makes it real difficult to be president too. And and along with that, all the hassles that it would be to actually put him in jail for a while. Will he end up in Mar-a-Lago with an ankle bracelet or something? Boy, it could happen, because then I see the GOP convention, which is just a few days after sentencing. And I mean, how would this affect that? Now, I know that Donald Trump wants to be there, but this is where I found I don't know if he's going to be able to physically be there. And this is really going to be a problem. So the sentencing and I'm telling you, the energy around this is just chaotic. And between the sentencing and the convention, well, it's going to be something like we've never seen before. And I'm really curious to see how it's going to go. So I have asked my guides about it, and they've come up with several different things. But I'll tell you, the energy on this last week and the week before and the week before, it changes all the time. So much could happen between now and July 15th, when they have the convention. And Trump's already said that he hates Milwaukee or something. I mean, what? It's just amazing to me, the kind of things Trump says, and that he's still their candidate for president. And I know a bunch of things have come out lately that, the polls. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about, was the polls. I mean, first they've always had Trump ahead of Biden. Then these, things come out about the criminal charges, and the Republicans say, well, it hasn't affected Trump any. Look at, he's collecting all this money and the polls are good. And no, suddenly suddenly the polls went, what was it, like 2 points ahead for Biden. First of all, personally, I don't believe any of these polls. I don't know who the people are that they're polling. Are they all Republicans? Are they all mega people? I mean, it just seems to me ridiculous that for 34 felony counts of convictions wouldn't change somebody's mind about who they wanted to vote for president of the United States. I mean, a lot of people that would, if they had that many felony charges against them, they couldn't even get a job, let alone be president of the United States. So, yeah, this is interesting how the polls go. Some of the polls have said that now they've narrowed, the little 2 points go down to 1 point, and then even less than a point. The slim margin that is just this 50-50 race. Well, if that's the case, then that's a good thing that people are exposing Project 2025, and people like the Seneca Project, this SuperPAC. These people are out to let you know the true story about what is going on and what's going to benefit you if you vote for Biden, and what's not going to benefit you if you vote for Trump. Another thing that Trump has recently come up with was these tariffs. He's going to do across-the-board tariffs so we can not collect income tax. Not a good plan. This is only a plan that will help the rich again and do nothing but cost us more money. The average American will paying more money for all goods that are imported from anywhere. So it's not a good plan. But if you're not paying attention and you hear, oh yay, no income tax, well, you'll be paying a hell of a lot more for the goods that you once didn't pay that much money for. So anyway, that's another thing he's bringing up that he thinks is a good idea. And this thing about the 10 Commandments that happened down in where was that? Where the governor decided that they should have the 10 Commandments posted on all these schools, and from kindergarten to college, have the post. It's a law in he's made it, or he's trying to make it a law, that the 10 Commandments are posted. Hold on a minute. Okay, I had to find my notes about when it's Louisiana. The governor of Louisiana has a new law that wants the 10 Commandments posted in all the school classrooms from kindergarten to college. The problem with this is, and actually it's something that came up before, I believe in the 40s, where the Supreme Court said that they couldn't do that. It held that the First Amendment guarantees freedom from religion and freedom of a religion, known as the Establishment Clause. So they don't, you're not supposed to combine those two with the government and the 10 Commandments by Moses. Well, by God, as directed to Moses. So I found this interesting that Trump really, he jumped on this right away and said that, hey, the 10 Commandments, he really liked the one about thou shalt not steal, because he's still so hung up on thinking that the vote was stolen from him in 2020. So he's all for the Ten Commandment thing. He thinks this is great. Um, it's just that it's not a legal thing. It's nothing. It should not be combined with government. Um, so I was looking through the Ten Commandments, and I thought, well, what do they say? And so I read through them, and I'm like, yeah, well, it doesn't sound like a pretty good thing. If that's what God said, then I'm willing to listen to that. But um, right above the "Thou shalt not steal," which is number 8 of the Ten Commandments. Number 7 is, "Thou shalt not commit adultery." I think it's interesting that Trump pinpointed the one about stealing, but just ignored the one right above it about adultery, because that's what he did. He he did something against the Ten Commandments, and it's called adultery. And then he tried to cover it up. And that's why he's in so much trouble in the first place. I just found it ironic that that's what he was that's what he was talking about, and he was so um, adamant about, yeah, hey, that thou shalt not steal. I was looking for, where is it, thou shalt not lie, but I don't know if there's actually a there's different things in it, but it doesn't specifically say that. But I just thought, perfect. He goes for the steal, but he doesn't go for the adultery. If you gotta go for one, you really should go for the other. So yeah, you're not supposed to. Well, here's exactly what it says with adultery. It says voluntary sexual intercourse between a married person and a person who is not his or her spouse is also called extramarital sex, and it's against the Ten Commandments. And I think a lot of people know that. But Trump seemed to skip over that one. So anyway, this thing with the GOP convention, I am just wow. Now I've lost my place on my little notes. Oh, there we go. The GOP convention is the Republican National Convention from June 15th to the 18th in Milwaukee that Trump doesn't care for. Between the sentencing and the convention, something is going to happen. It just depends on God. I hope the judge does what he should do, but I can see why he's afraid. Not afraid, but just thinking he wants to keep it fair, and he doesn't want to be accused of, really interfering in an election. But it's not election interference. It's just what the law says, that you cannot hide something from the public when you're running for president. So really, it would be pretty important if the judge could sentence him not to jail, maybe, but to. And every time I've said that, I thought, why are we being so tiptoeing around something like this, other than it's Trump? But if it was anybody else, it would not. They'd go to jail, they'd pay a huge fine, um, and by law, they could be convicted. They could be sentenced to 4 years per conviction. So 4 times 34 is how many years a person potentially could get for doing what Donald Trump did. Everybody's got their own ideas about what's going to happen here. I'm no different, but I cannot put my finger on it. It is just the energy around this is just so chaotic, and the things that could change between now and then. Um, and some of the things that Trump, a lot of people think he's going to get sick or something. I don't really see that happening. I mean, I think he will be there in one form or another at that convention. And I'm sure, depending on, there's got to be something to the sentencing. And of course, it doesn't really matter what it is. The Republicans are just going to be up in arms claiming, well, and I think, aren't they already trying to do that? Isn't there some, oh boy, I wish I had the facts down better on this one, but there's something about, I think it was like Missouri or somebody wants to sue New York for what they're doing to Trump. And I just thought, I mean, it was just a blip on the radar, just a quick little article about it. And I thought, yeah, that's not going to work. That's not going to happen. I mean, maybe they'll try to do that. Maybe it'll be any other state, but I may have it wrong. I may have the wrong state, but yeah, that they were going to try to sue because that this case should never have been brought to court like this. Well, that's craziness. Why not? I mean, he did something, he lied about it, he covered it up, he paid for it, it's in black and white, it's in the records, it's on paper. He was well aware of it, and he got caught, and he got sentenced, or he got convicted. So the sentencing should be fun. I don't know what I really, God, I wish I could be more precise on what I think is going to happen. But like I said, it's a ways away. It's chaotic, and but there's so much pressure on this judge. But I mean, everybody knows that nothing illegal was done. This was not. This was at a state level, not at a federal level. It has nothing to do with presidential immunity, which they love to throw that out there. Um, and why would it be? Why would anybody be immune to something like that? So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today. And well, my guides wanted me to talk about today. And also to all women should definitely look into the Seneca Project. There's videos on YouTube. I will put the website down below. And I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but hey, that's how chaotic it is. It is all over the place. So anyway, hey, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe. And I will, well, I guess as soon as I have another thought about what I think is going on, I'll let you know. Hey, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.